City, in association with Epoxy Shower Repairs. If you have a leaking shower, then give the team at Epoxy Shower Repairs a call and they will certainly help you out. Find them on Facebook or give them a call on 0421 659 528.
Hi everyone and welcome to this episode of the Pod of Mandra City, bringing you the news and views from the club, featuring players, coaches, volunteers and supporters. So if you're in the Masters or Mini Roos, State League or Sunday Leagues, we will have you covered. This podcast is dedicated to John Talbert. John was involved in the design, funding, development and delivery of the stadium at Pilwood Parade. John passed away last week, and Mandra City and everyone connected to the club would like to pass on their thoughts and their love to John's wife Sue and their family. Rest in peace, John. We're down at Plus Fitness in Erskine this evening because I've got Stuart, Jake and new signee Scott here. The first team, or some of the first team, have just done a half an hour session with Jake, the personal trainer. And it's all part of a new partnership that we've got with Plus Fitness. So, Stuart, if I come to you first, do you just want to explain what the partnership is?
Yeah, Plus Fitness have got on board this season. They've very kindly provided some sponsorship money. They've provided a lot of equipment freebies, which will be given out to our younger players very soon. And they've also offered us a corporate membership deal, which I'll speak a bit more about that in the next few weeks, because it'll be part of a bigger membership deal that the club is putting together for our members.
And Scott, you just arrived, you literally got off the plane yesterday, so first of all, welcome to Mandra City, welcome to Mandra. How did you find the heat?
I stepped off the plane last night and 8:30 at night, and it was 35 degrees. So yeah, it's been tough, but obviously I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad everything's over the line. I can't make it go in.
And for people that don't know and haven't read the website and stuff, you're a centre forward by trade.
Yes,
and you've got a bit of a reputation for banging in a few goals, from what I read.
Yeah, it's been there all my life, and obviously just the thrill of scoring a goal, and yeah, it's the best feeling in the world, isn't it? So yeah, I'll hopefully continue to do that here. Okay, and Jake, I'll come to you now because you're the main man, I suppose, here.
Thank you.
So Plus Fitness, I mean, we've just done half an hour there, which, you know, everyone looked quite knackered. I was going to say the word knackered. Yeah, I can still say the word knackered.
Yeah, I do want to apologise in case I pushed the lads a bit too hard, but yeah, I found that it's keeping fit's very important, and sometimes you have to push yourself. It's always good to have someone there to help push you if you need it, because we all like to slack off a little bit every now and again. But yeah, I think your lads did absolutely fantastic today. But keeping fit is very, very important. It's very beneficial for your mental health and your physical health. I've been training for about 10 years in weightlifting and strength training, and I found that it was very, very beneficial when I was injured, had to have surgery, had to learn how to walk again, and yeah, I found that training really, really kept me going. It really, really does wonders for you. So,
and with Plus Fitness, let's promote the company and stuff. It's not just here in Erskine, because I personally know there's one at Lakelands, because that's the one I go to.
Yes.
But I think that, and I'll probably do your split here, but I know that they're all open 24/7.
Yes.
You get like a membership card that lets you in, and and you don't have to actually go to the gym that you join.
No, it is completely accessible. Any gym within Australia, you can access any Plus Fitness within Australia. As you said, they are all 24/7. We do have our staffed hours, obviously, but you can come whenever you need to. And yeah, anything you need, always come down. It's super friendly, super easy to get into. Always happy to help.
And for those people that have been complete couch potatoes for the last 10, 15, so many years, how can you encourage people to come down and give them that friendly welcome to get them activated? And how much exercise for a complete beginner would you recommend to start off with?
Oh, honestly, I think the biggest step is just getting down here. Just getting to the door and saying, all right, I've made it here, now I might try and do something. If you don't feel like doing it, you can always go home. But once you've got over that initial hurdle of getting here, that's the toughest part. So if you're just a beginner starting out, I'd probably say maybe come 2-3 times a week. You don't have to do more than half an hour, just something nice and basic, and it's super easy.
And the good thing as well, when it's 40-degree days, it's lovely and air conditioned
as well. Yes, I'm much happier to be in here than out of there, I'll tell you that.
Scott, did you do any of this sort of work when you was back home in Scotland?
Yeah, to be fair, I was on a personal training programme anyway. A mate of mine, he is a personal trainer, so yeah, it certainly helped me massively, especially in training and games, felt fitter, sharper, stronger. So yeah, it's definitely beneficial for mental health also, and you know that's back where we are. I'm not sure what it's like here, but mental health is a big thing back in Scotland. So yeah, it's certainly good for this.
I certainly think that the mental health side of things has certainly grown in the last 2, 3, 4 years over here, and you know, and there's so many campaigns now, and we take part in an Are You OK Day every year at work and things like that. So yeah, and it's great for mental health, and thoroughly recommend people coming down it. So gents, thanks for your time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Good luck, and thanks for the training session. They all look pretty tired, you know.
Yeah, go
apart from
easy on
Scott, you
them.
look like the fittest one of the lot. and welcome to Mandurah again.
Thank you very much.
Joined by Richard, who's our divisional under-18s coach. Richard, I'm out here watching your team train, and you're on the lookout for a couple of extra players.
Yeah, well, we are, Jim. We're just a few short. We've had a few injuries in our first game, which probably didn't help. One lad's basically gone back to school while he's just pushing on in his ATARs. So yeah, we're definitely looking for a few more to add to the number we've got.
You're doing a great training session out there at the moment, and not only is it intensive, but it looks like they're having a load of fun as well, and there's plenty of laughs from what we've just been standing around. So it's you know it's serious, but everyone's having a good fun time at the moment in this pre-season training.
Yeah, we're just trying to build their fitness. Charlie and myself. Charlie's like a drill sergeant, Charlie Ainsworth. But yeah, they're enjoying it. We're working on their ball skills as well. Our main aim was basically to retain people playing for Mandurah, and then in the years to come they either play the socials or they step up into one of the amateur teams, or even further. You never know, Jim.
You never know. There's late developers out there, aren't there, that can step up and have a cracking season at under-18s, and before they know it, they're playing Saturday afternoons, and you know, who knows what happens there. So is there any particular positions that really you're looking for?
Goalie sorted, up the middle is completely sorted. Left, right, backs, just anywhere really, just a man.
Yeah, it's always nice when you've got a keeper. It's normally the keepers are the last people that everyone's begging for a goalkeeper.
I've played master myself. We've been up north, north of the river, and we've gone up there with 11, and it's not enjoyable.
No.
And the last thing I want to do with these lads is go to places with 10s and 11. It's just, I want to be able to compete.
So if anyone is listening to this who is under 18, so you've got to be basically 17 this year, I think the rules are.
Yeah.
What's the best contact details, apart from they can obviously drop us a message on all our social media?
Yeah, you can drop the message to the club, the secretary at Mandurah City, or you can just give me a text or a call on 0431 585 642. So everyone welcome.
So there you are. Any 16, 17 year olds that are still looking for a club, Richard's your man down here at Mandurah. They're having a good old time, and as you say, the training sessions looks quite good and organised and structured, which is good. They're not just turning up and kicking a ball to each other. And come on down and give Richard a call and say, hey, I'm your left winger or your right back that you need. So come on down and enjoy. So Richard, obviously I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you, Jim.
Fingers crossed that you find them players, and hopefully we'll talk when you do your first win of the season soon.
Yeah. Cheers, Jim. Thanks for your time, mate.
Obviously we're here at the Pen. We've also spoken to Plus Fitness 24 about their partnership deal, and John from Football Star Academy, you've got your academy coming up in the school holiday in Easter, so do you just want to run through your dates and who's it open to?
It's open to all levels, open for kids from 4-year-old to 16-year-old. We've got 2 separate groups involved in it as well, as in for the development stages. So we'll be running it from Monday to Friday. It'll be 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and that'll be, as you would say, like the normal holiday camps that have been before. You can book for the week, which is cheaper than doing individual days, but you can also book individual days in that as well. And we've got it's the elite train as a professional, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and that'll be from 10 o'clock in the morning to 1 in the afternoon.
And this is at Mandurah City, at the
both,
home club?
Yep, they're all at the home club. I think it's the best facilities in Mandurah, to be honest, and that's where I think the kids enjoy the environment. They're used to it, and everybody seems friendly enough.
Certainly, when I've been down and looked at the kids, they've all got a smile on their face, and they're getting some expert coaching, not only from yourself, but from your other guys that have been playing like up in Scotland and overseas as well. So it's not like a bunch of lads just turning up and like some academies are around.
Well, yeah, you can say that. I need to keep my mouth quiet with that. But no, I think when you look at the coaching group that we've got now, Ava's obviously with the girls, their mum Mel and stuff like that, and she's joined in and she does the girls only for the academy now. We've got Ali, who's with under 18s. Ali actually started in the academy, maybe say about 13-year-old, so I think it's quite good with that. And then Dylan, who's moved over for Scotland with his experience, he's joined in with academy as well, so we've got a good group of coaches and I'm happy with it.
Good. So obviously, if anyone wants to go along, we'll put all the booking details on our website. It's also on John's Football Academy website as well, so all the links are there. Go along, turn up. If you've never been before, you're more than welcome. It's a good experience and good thing, and something to do in the Easter school holidays.
Well, it's a week that they're going to be active, and it also gives the parents
a break.
Let's be honest here, it gives the parents a break. I have my two up with me, so Natalie's quite happy.
Yeah, so mum and dads, if you want the mornings off in the school holiday, then there's the place to go. Yeah. So book yourself in. We'll put the kids in anyway. Cheers, John. Good luck.
Thanks, Jim. Appreciate that.
One of the perks of doing this job is that I get out and about, and unfortunately I'm having to sit in the Penn Public House in Mandurah, joined by John, the first team coach, and Stuart, our commercial manager. And Stuart, we are actually here for a reason, not just to sample the liquid on offer. So if you just want to explain why we're here.
Yeah, delighted to say that the Penn are the latest sponsors to come on board for next season. They've provided some upfront sponsorship and some vouchers as well, which I think we'll be using for sort of player of the match games. But more importantly, if people have been in the Pen, they might have already seen the app that they're encouraging to download. Mandurah City have got their own code for the app, which will go live on Friday, the 1st of March, which will give every one of our members 10% off and get a $10 credit when you download the app. And once Mandurah City members spend over a certain amount in the Pen and the Cobblers, the club will get 10% of all the rest of the revenue that goes over those two bars. So it's an absolutely fantastic deal. It's not a great amount that needs to be spent in the first place until the club starts getting some kickback. So really it's in everybody's benefit. All members get 10% off at both the Cobblers and the Pen, and the club will start making more sponsorship money out of it as the year goes on. And
it's good that you've got two choices of venue, one north of Mandurah, one in Mandurah and one south of Mandurah, so the demographic of our support is pretty much covered by both venues. And I know that, especially the Pen on a Saturday night, you're always bumping into people that are part of the football club. So what a great opportunity to get a little bit discount and help the club in the same way.
Yeah, indeed. I think we're not asking people to go out of the way, because whenever you go in the Pen or the Cobblers, you see people from around the club. So if they're in there getting the discount, then it's benefiting the club as well. So everybody's a winner.
Okay, and while we're on the subject of the peninsula and pubs and alcohol, there's also another deal that's coming out very soon.
Yeah, watch this space. I think by the weekend the club should have its own branded wine, red, white and sparkling. So we'll have Mandurah City bottles of wine. We've got a new supplier who will be doing the official launch at the girls' night series game next Sunday.
It's the 10th of March.
10th of March from 4 o'clock, 4 till I think 6:30. There'll be wine tasting, so you can come down and try the club's new wine menu. And on the back of that, we'll be also launching Mandurah City's wine club. So members will be able to get a discounted price on bottles of wine, and again that will help benefit the club as well. But we'll have more details of that in the next week or so.
But it's a decent wine. It's a Margaret River wine as well, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all Margaret River wines. I haven't tasted it yet, but I'm assured that it is delicious.
Well, that's what the wine tasting night is for, isn't it? To try and buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we look forward to that. So lots of good things happening in and around the club, and keep on with the good work, Stuart.
Right.
This podcast is brought to you by our sponsors, Epoxy Shower Repairs. If you have a leaking shower, then please call the team at Epoxy Shower Repairs on 0421 659 528, or email them at epoxyshowerrepairs@gmail.com and they will certainly help you out. Epoxy Shower Repairs, fixing leaking showers without removing the tiles.
So I've got John, the first team coach here, and he's just going to sit with me and reflect on the group stages of the night series and the quarter-final win against Curtin that's just happened on Sunday, and probably look forward to Friday night's semi-final up at Sorrento against Dianella at White Eagle. So John, let's go take the group stages first. Goals, but were you happy with the performances and the way that you wanted your team to play?
I'm happy with the outcome of the points. Before the 3 games, we were a bit of hand off 7 points, to be honest, and I've told the players that. I told the players after that was sort of where I seen where the squad was, and when we were going into the games, there was always a lot of changes happening just because of work commitments, travel, and then players coming in late because we've done a lot of signings in the market for overseas, so it was always going to be a bit of upheaval, but I was happy with the goals scored. Obviously the goals at the back were a concern, but when you look at the actual minutes of the goals and stuff like that, it was later on in the games, and I think that comes down to our fitness, not having everybody in at the one time, so that hopefully we rectify that in the coming weeks leading into the start of the season.
And the quarter-final just happened on Sunday night against Curtin, 6-1 win, so I wasn't there, but on paper it looked quite comfortable. And
it was comfortable. There were a few scares, but look, we're not going to dominate every game. There's going to be spells where teams have a bit of the ball and stuff like that, so look, we've done, honestly, some of the goals, the patterns of play and stuff like that were absolutely outstanding, so I was really, really happy. It reminded me how I really want my team and the coaching staff, how we want us to play, and I thought we'd put that into the game. We scored some great goals. Look, their goal was an absolute fluke, but for the football that we played, especially in the conditions, was excellent.
And before we look forward to Friday night's game, just a quick word on the new signings, and they've settled in all right, hit the ground running, and
I'm really happy with everybody that's come in. Obviously it's been a bit disappointing for Liam, he's got himself an injury, but hopefully in the next couple of days we'll know the full extent of that. But apart from that, Scotty's came on, made his debut, he played in the reserves on Saturday morning, 45 minutes, scored a hat-trick, and then he sat on the bench for us, and he was very unlucky to get a disallowed goal. But no, look, it's all coming together. We've still got a couple to come over, and it's a sign that it's really fresh. I think probably when you look back in the last 2 years, we've had the same group of boys, and for whatever reason some moved on, and some had to move on, and some decided to move on. But I think the freshness, especially probably starting a new committee as well, and a new team in the pitch, and that it's coming together.
And I think it's not going to be right of me to say not mention this, but just a word about Alex Grayson and how unlucky with that injury, and it's tough on the lad really. But,
it is, and look, Alex not just a colleague, he's a close friend of mine as well, and I remember it, and I've said this to again in the group of players I wouldn't speak it out of turn, but when a lot of boys decided to move on, and it wasn't easy. It was like, where are we going to get players from? Because I felt we had the best players and manager at the time and the area, and I know how hard it is to get players to travel. Obviously, and then with the budget restrictions and stuff like that came in this year, it was always going to be difficult. And Alex phoned me, and I was quite down about it, to be honest, and he says, look, I'll play for you, I'll come back and play for you, you're the person I would play for, and he gave me a right boost, and for there we just kicked on, and he's looked brilliant in training, looked really well, he's got himself in really good conditions, running marathons and stuff like that, and he took a couple of weeks off to concentrate on the marathon, because that was like a 6 month commitment that he's had, and he's got to do the best he can in that. And the thing is, he texts me in the morning and says, look, I'm ready to go if you need me. If it was somebody else, I think he would say that. No, it was just because it was me, and he knew that we were low in numbers, but that's Alex, and for the injury to happen, the good thing is it's not as bad as what everybody the viewing of it, you know, and obviously the ankle was dislocated and stuff like that. But knowing Alex, he'll be back moving about as soon as possible, and we obviously wish him well. As long as Alex wants to be involved in the football club, he will be. Since I came here, he's been nothing but professional, and when I've been trying to implement things, he's been a massive driving force in that, and all the best to him.
So now let's look forward to Friday's game. I know you've always said you don't look at the opposition, you just concentrate on your own. It's probably the biggest test of the night series so far against the Dianella team, who many people are tipping to be up and around there at the end of the season. Challenging.
And that's good, isn't it?
These are the type of games now that you want to get.
It's good that they're tipping them, because last year we had all the pressure. There was manager this, and every team that played against us, they wanted to. Obviously, everybody goes into games to want to beat us, but it was going to be manager type of thing. Like you seen the way Guelph celebrated 3 games left, I think it was. They had nothing to play for. It was just to beat us. You know what I mean? And obviously do Knights a turn, but. No, it is going to be a test, but it's one we're looking forward to. If before Friday night, I would have been a wee bit apprehensive, just because I've not seen us at it yet. But I felt in Friday that was. By the way, this is nothing against the players, because a lot of players, it was just about minutes and stuff like that. But the players even that came on and Friday made a big difference as well, and everybody was doing the sort of roles that we were looking for. So it's a good test, and that's what. And look, the club's in another semi-final. I don't. How many semi-finals? I've 1, 2, 3, 4 in the last 2 years or something. So it's becoming a expected.
It's becoming a nice habit to have.
Well, that's it, and that's what these group of players have got to keep doing.
Yeah. So for anyone listening, it's 8:30 Friday night up at Sorrento. And let's be fair that if you don't fancy the trip to Sorrento, the women are playing at 8:30 Friday night at home against Fremantle. So there's football for everyone Friday if you want to travel, or if you want to just stay local.
No, that's it. And the support at the ladies' game last week was
phenomenal.
Brilliant. I don't think there'll be any other club in the state would be able to produce the numbers for the girls. Is what this club's doing, and that's a credit to not just the girls. It's a credit to the club and the members and supporters.
Cool. So good luck for Friday, and hopefully we'll be at the final next Friday at the Sam Kerr Centre.
That's it. You just got to take care of the game that's in front of you and see where it takes us.
Cheers, John. Good luck. So we just come to the end of the show where we do our roundup of the things that have been going on in and around the club. And first off, I mean, we heard from Richard asking for people to come and join his under-18s team earlier in the show. Well, Ben and his under-15s are also looking for a couple more players to fulfil his squad. Ben's currently working towards his C licence, so that's a good coaching qualification. So any players that's going to start training with Ben are going to go and get the best coaching around. If you're interested, just email the club, secretary@manchestercityfc.com.au, or just drop a note on any of our social media pages and we'll do the rest. So that's under-15s. This is divisional under-15 players wanted by Ben and his squad. So please, if you're interested, get in contact with us and come and play for us. Also looking for players, and this is for Sunday men's players. Our amateur league are looking for a few more players for their amateur first and reserve team. They're in a rebuilding process, I think it's fair to say, this year, but things have started to look good for them in pre-season, and they're just looking for a couple of extra players to go and join their amateur team. They play Sunday afternoons, home and away, in and around Perth, and again, if you're interested, if there's something that you'd be interested in doing, then just, again, secretary@manchestercityfc.com.au, or just come onto our social media pages and we'll do the rest. If playing's not your thing, coaches, we've been really, really good this year, and in fact that nearly every team has got a coach, and well done to all those that have put their hand up and volunteered to do a coach. We've just got 1 or 2 areas that we just need to fill. One of those is for our women's development team. They're just looking for a coach. So this coach will be, if you enjoy watching people grow and develop as players, giving players pathways to potentially the State League team, this is probably the perfect place. You'll be working alongside the State League coaches on the women's side. and you can go along and help coach the young, new, emerging talent that the club has. And believe me, the club's got some great young talent out there. So if this is something that you'd be interested in, then Mel, our female football director, is the person to talk to. She can be contacted at femalefootballdirector@mandracityfc.com.au, or you can give Mel a call even on 0407 477 840, or again, just simply drop us a message on any of our social media pages and we'll do the rest. So that's a women's development coach. And finally, the President's Cup annual golf day is rapidly approaching. It's on the 24th of March from 11 o'clock at the Mandra Country Club in Halls Head. It's a great event. This is I think it's the 5th year running now we hold this event, and it's good. So we mentioned it on our podcast earlier, but ticket prices are just $400 plus a small booking fee. But for that $400, that's golf for 4 people with a cart and a meal afterwards as well. If you're interested in sponsoring a hole, it's $500 for a hole sponsor, and again, you get all those benefits of golf for 4 with a cart, meal, but you also get a hole named in your company sponsor. And if you really would like to sponsor the whole event, then we've got a package for you where you could be you'll be the annual President's Golf Day in association with, and your company name here. And if that's something that's interested you as well, please just contact the club and we'll do the rest, really. The link to getting those tickets are on our website and all our socials as well, or you can go directly to www.trybooking.com/CPEXR. That's Charlie Papa Echo X-Ray Romeo. So again, that's on the 24th of March, and you need to start getting your teams all ready for that now. That's about it for this show this week. Just a reminder that Friday night is football night at Pillwood Parade. Our home games, you've got our women in the night series game against Fremantle City. That's the second round. Or those of you that fancy a road trip, then the men's first team are playing Dianella White Eagles at 8:30. And that game's being played at the home of Sorrento Football Club, which is Percy Doyle Reserve. So choice of 2 games to go to Friday night. Give the lads or lasses a cheer, support our team, and we'll speak to you soon. And until then, it's bye for now.